Hello, everyone, and good morning, and welcome to the Daily Duck. You can see for the first time, I am not alone. I have
Hello.
Almie Rose right next to me. I'm going to pass it right over to you right away to introduce yourself because you know yourself better than anyone else. So,
Let's hope so. Hi, I'm Almie Rose. I'm a pop culture commentator who you can probably find at Disneyland. And I've been online, in print, and on TV talking all things pop culture, entertainment, celebrity, and of course, Disneyland. Born and raised in LA, so Disneyland is my home park. Love Disney. And I am happy to be talking to you this morning. This is exciting to be here.
yeah, I'm really excited as well, and we got a lot to talk about because we got a lot of overlapping interests, and I know you spent a lot of time in the park, so we're just gonna
Yeah.
start there.
Great.
And I gotta ask you,
Yes.
where did your love for Disney start? Because you're like me, you're like a lot of viewers here, you're there a lot, so you gotta enjoy it. But where did
Yeah.
this passion start?
Yeah. Well, I'm very blessed to be able to be there a lot. I'm in LA, so it's not that bad a drive. And this really started with my dad. My dad is like an OG Disney adult. And he became obsessed with Disneyland when it was a TV show, when Walt Disney was like building the park and made the TV show. And he saw that as a kid in New York on the Lower East Side in a crowded apartment with his mom and aunt and all these cousins. And he thought, one day I'm going to go there. And he didn't make it there until he was an adult, but he passed on that love just to me and to my brother, and he just appreciated the imagination and the imagineering. And he worked in advertising, so he kind of like saw that cool side of the park as well, about how like Americana and like how Disneyland is like it's a product, yes, but it also is just so much more than that, which is so corny, but I like that he saw both sides of it. He was like, yeah, this place is a really good product, but also like I'm an adult and I'm still so happy to be here. And that's where I get it from. And very blessed to be like raised in LA and to go with my family once a year. And yeah, I honestly though, I probably go no now more as an adult than I did as a kid. Um, but you know what? I've made so many good friends through it that it's like, I didn't know Disneyland could do that.
Yeah, it's super cool that Disney has really kind of formed relationships. I know exactly what you're talking about. Having formed obviously friendships, relationships through over the last 5 years for sure. I never expected when I started my content creation journey that that would happen, and I
Yeah.
can talk about the start. I've talked about the start of my content creation journey and everything like that. Where did yours start? One, and I got kind of a second thing to that as well. If when we did the content creator series a few months back, you said something that was really fascinating to me. I asked you, who inspires you, and you said yourself 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, so I kind of want you to talk about both your beginning of your Disney content creation story, but then also what happened 10 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for hearing that answer and not being like, wow, what an egomaniac. Interview is over. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, no, well, okay, as far as Disney content creation goes, I started that about 2 years ago. And it started when I got a pass. And it was like, well, since I'm going to be here all the time, and I really just kind of wanted more experience in being better on camera. Because before I was making Disney content stuff, I've been like on camera doing like, entertainment journalism and entertainment news and stuff like that. And so before Disney, I was making like pop culture videos, like 5 things you didn't know about in like a TV show or a movie. And I've done some Disney ones too since, but really it was just about me trying to get better on camera. And then even before that, when I was talking about content creation 10 years ago, I have actually had my YouTube channel now for like an absurd amount of time. Like I think 12 years, if not more. Like my YouTube account is a teenager. Um, so I've been on YouTube for like, ever. And back then it was different. And back then I was doing it, I had a blog. like blogs were super popular. And so YouTube was almost like a way for me to promote my blog. And through my blog and my YouTube channel, I got so many opportunities. I wrote a book that got published through Thought Catalog, which was this like big pop culture website at the time. I think they're still around. I got to be able to audition for like MTV. Obviously that didn't go anywhere because I'm not on MTV, but now no one is. So, oh my God, who said that?
Yeah, go on.
Um, but but yeah, and like I was an actor as a kid and I did some acting in my 20s. So it was kind of like the Wild West in content creation like 10 years ago. Even
Yeah,
more than. When YouTube was new, it was just like just get on there and like do anything. And between that and the blog, I approached it with such a fearlessness because back then, like I didn't really care about analytics. I did for my blog because I had advertising. Blogs were like Instagram back then, where like you could have sponsored posts and so to that extent, somewhat, but when I would post on YouTube, I would literally just open my MacBook, my like old iPad or MacBook Air, sorry, MacBook Air, and I would just use the terrible camera in the MacBook and just start recording. And I would do, at the time, I was mostly focused on living in LA, dating in LA culture, Hollywood culture, pop culture stuff. The Disney stuff, I was mostly like keeping like secret and hidden. And I
mm,
also wasn't as like fully into it back then either. I certainly loved it, but I did not go as often as I am now. But like, yeah, back then, and that's what I encourage everyone to do because yes, I understand that metrics are important and that you want to scale, but like a lot of it is just like doing what you're doing, showing up every day, showing up as often as you can, and trying everything that you can. Because since we're launching my YouTube channel in I technically relaunched it in October 2024 because I went to Oogie Boogie's Larry David and I was like, I have to vlog this. But I didn't, I mean, right? Like, that's what you do. But I
yeah.
didn't really start to like take YouTube seriously until I would say like last May. And
Okay.
I mean, I can tell you, I have learned so much more from making 5 YouTube videos in a row than watching 5 YouTube videos in a row. And like since May to just, I've been challenging myself this year in 2026 specifically. I'm like, I'm going to put out 1 YouTube video a week. And like, back then I would put out like, 5 YouTube videos a week because I just wasn't thinking. I was just enjoying it. And I
Yeah.
wasn't like, is this gonna flop? Is this gonna be cringe? I'm still when I look back and see the views I got, when I retired from YouTube, I did a video where I was taste testing an old can of Four Loco, and that got 50K views. Like, and I wasn't trying to make it for that purpose. It's just so that's I think we should all just like approach it with that excitement again. Like, don't care about views. Don't care about if it's cringe. Just make it because it's exciting and it's fun and you want to. So that's what I've been trying to get back to, and I feel like I'm starting to get there a little bit.
Yeah, those were the best days of YouTube, in my opinion. While you're speaking about that, the one person that came to mind, which
Say it.
it kind of goes back a little bit, but the
Yeah.
person that comes to mind is Jenna Marbles.
Yes, exactly. Jenna Marbles was everything to me. Like to all of us at that age, women especially, it was like I made this video called How to Get Over a Breakup, and I posted it on Vimeo at the time. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Vimeo. It was like the snooty YouTube. It was like the
Yep.
cinephile YouTube. And it went viral on Vimeo, so I posted it on YouTube. And it was just this completely satirical guide on how to get over a breakup. And it was me drinking from a bottle of Stoli in a bikini top and like a Sergeant Pepper jacket just giving advice about how like you should have business cards because you're a businesswoman. Just like unhinged stuff like that. That is, I don't even know if that is a niche anymore on YouTube.
Well, what I
Um,
really what I really miss is like, because like you're saying, like you'd say that in a bikini top and all that stuff. We live in a world now where, I hate what I'm about to say, but I just have to say it.
say it, say
You
it.
have your OnlyFans, which OnlyFans know what they're doing. But then you
Right.
have kind of like everything else that has kind of created, and I understand it in a lot of ways, they've created a lot of rules and regulations and things like that, but there's no middle ground anymore. There's like, if, oh my God, like if, because I see it all the time. Someone shows up on a live on like TikTok and they're like in a bikini and then like they're banned within a minute. And it's like,
What? That's
yes,
crazy.
it's things like that that are like, boom, they're gone. And it's like, where did we get to that? And I understand, like, don't do nudity on TikTok, obviously.
Fair.
That's the
Yeah.
only fan platform.
Yeah.
That's what that's for. But, like, videos that were made. This is kind of where I'm going back to, kind of full circle. Videos that were made, like say Jenna Marbles, and like people just talking freely about their lives in 2010, 2015. Those videos that were very well watched on YouTube. A lot of the reason why people left YouTube is purely because they started getting strikes for content that probably was more in that PG-13 range, but definitely not the
Ah,
R range. Um,
interesting.
yeah, and it's like a lot of stuff I used to watch in that 2010s era. A lot of those people just don't make content anymore. They retired because it was just too
Yeah.
tough for them to pull off the content anymore without getting strikes. And with the strikes, obviously the stuff doesn't get pushed out. They're not able to get the advertising or the monetization that they were before.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about it that way. It was truly the Wild West. I mean, I
Yeah,
I used to put full on Beatles songs in my YouTube videos, and it was like fine, like no one cared. I had to actually like either hide a lot of videos or swap out the music or just
yeah,
take the whatever because you could. I'm telling you, like you could have done anything. You could have done freaking anything on YouTube. Like it was the website that was founded so that people could watch Janet Jackson's nipple slip on the Super Bowl. Like that's why they made YouTube. So you can
this
put
is
anything on
true.
there.
You could do
Um,
anything, and
right? It's wild to see what it's turned into, especially the irony is that it's not wild anymore.
no, it's turned very regulated and very, people. It's in my opinion, it's taken over TV. It's
Oh
what
yeah.
TV was.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's really not really shows anymore. I mean, there is on streaming and stuff like that, but it's just not what it was. But I'm trying to do something that is not possible and bring it back.
Let's do it. Let's go. I'm with you.
I'm trying. So, which brings me to actually something about you said about 10 minutes ago. So I'm going back.
Let's go
You
back.
said the reason you fell in love with Disney was your dad. And I got to ask you the question because I know you're at Disney a lot on those Saturdays and Sundays, and I see it on your feeds. And don't worry, I'm gonna tag below all of your accounts, so everyone go follow. They're all in the comments, so go do that.
Awesome. Thanks.
Uh, um, who would you rather go to Disney with? Your friends, your dad, or a solo trip?
I mean, those are all such different trips, right? Like, not to be a total cop-out answer. I love going to Disney with my dad. My dad, though, does rope drop to park close, which is absolutely
Oh,
insane.
okay.
Like he loves it. Like he wants to be there at the rope, and then he does not want to leave until they're like physically forcing us out. I'm kidding. They're not physically forcing us. You can never be too careful. No, but like he will stay there all night. So, and that's really fun. But like I have this video of us on Small World and it's like past midnight because like the line was just so long that the ride was like the park was closed, but we're still on Small World. And it's just like, oh my God, we've been here since like forever. But I love trips with my friends. I never thought that Disneyland would be like a social scene. I'm loving it. Solo trips, honestly, I sometimes get lonely. Do you ever get lonely on a solo trip? I didn't used to, and then I guess I've just gotten so spoiled going with my friends or family that now when I'm alone, I'm like, I don't know. How are you able to do it?
I like solo trips just from the aspect of I can kind of like zone out a little bit and
Yeah,
kinda hide and kind of like if I'm there on a solo trip, there's usually a list of things I'm doing either as a content creator or I just
yeah.
need to remove myself from life. So, I just kind of like so it's a good place to hide, and stuff like that, and just kind of zone out. But I still do like solo trips to an extent. I like I'm sure this happens to you as well on your solo trips. This not as much these days as I did when I was doing my live streaming all the time. When I was live streaming all the time, um, I, every single and I'm not saying this to be, obnoxious or anything like that. It's just a true statement. I'd go to the park and I'd be recognized.
Oh yeah, I
So
believe it. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
people would start conversation, which is great. Love talking to people. I encourage it. Hi, say hi to me. But my solo trips, especially in like 22, 23, 24, very quickly turned into I'm gonna run into someone and we're going on rides together, or we're getting a conversation going, or something like that. So my solo trips really didn't really turn into solo trips. They turned into impromptu hanging out with people, anyways.
Yeah. I've had that happen too. It's so funny because I get what you're saying. It's like I always think that I want to do a solo trip so that I too can just zone out, like not have to focus on anything, go at my own pace. But I don't know. It seems like half of the time at least I get there and I'm like, but I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do? Um, so it's finding that balance. And I mean, honestly, I really should take advantage of it. I have a key. I'm in LA. Like, child
Yeah,
me would be like, you got to go by yourself more. Just go. So I get it. Like, I get where you're coming from. And I also get that, yeah, I mean, we're so blessed to like know so many people in the community that like I'm sure I would run into someone anyway.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. So that like that's one of the hard things for me though too, and I'll ask you the same question. I have a hard time with this when I get into Disney parks these days, even Universal and other theme parks. It's really hard. Sometimes I'm there and it's great and like that's just how it is. But there's sometimes when I get in the parks and it's really hard to just put the phone down. I feel like almost this anxiety or stress to be like, I have to make content or I have to do something or it's a wasted trip. Do you feel the same way, or are you able to turn it off a little bit better than
I
myself?
know I know exactly what you mean. In fact, like the most recent time I was there, I was like, this is just going to be a friends trip of just me enjoying the parks with my friends. And sure enough, the second I get there, I'm like, well, maybe I'll do a mini vlog just in case. Like, we don't know. Um, so I'm getting there, and it sounds so ridiculous. I'm sure that there are people who are like, "What do you mean? Like you can't enjoy Disney? You have to make content." And it's not like that, but I get what you mean because you feel like, well, yeah, it is expensive. I am here. I should like make the most of it. I should make a video. But I find that like the best way to do it is I will either plan ahead of time, like, yes, I want to do a vlog and a short, or like I just want to do the short, or I just want to do photos, or I just show up and let the day surprise me. I find that I have to be really clear about it because if I'm not clear about it, then I will get to the parks and feel this weird sense of guilt that like I have to be working. It's like, Almie, you don't work at Disney. Like no one cares.
Yeah,
But you know how it is.
yeah, I get you. It's a pain because it's like, man, I feel like I have to post my story. I feel like I have to
Yeah,
show
yeah.
Tiana's for the fifth, 500th time.
That's your thing.
Like anything's changed on Tiana's since
The
yesterday.
animatronics not working exactly the same.
You just
Has to be
never know.
documented. You
Yeah,
never
you never
know.
know.
Yeah.
But let me bridge that to actually you creating content. And actually, one of my favorite things that you've created a series that is the Disney reality show on your YouTube. Um, I have to ask, how did you come up with the idea? I think it's fantastic. If you haven't watched it already, guys, make sure you have. There's a few episodes already up on your YouTube. So make sure you
Thank
go
you.
watch that. But I think it's awesome. How did you think of it? Are we going to see more of it?
Thank you so much. So the show is called Life is a Highway, and you can find it on my YouTube channel at Almie Rose Vazzano. It doesn't have its own channel, but there's about like 5 episodes. One is a Universal Studios episode. I don't know if that counts. But you can
That
find them.
counts.
They're called, thank you, excellent. So they're called Life is a Highway. And I got the idea because I was vlogging and I was like figuring out like how do I get people to watch my vlogs? Would I watch my vlog? Like what's interesting about my vlog? And I was watching Selling Sunset. And I don't know, I just thought like, oh my God, like if my vlog were more like Selling Sunset, I would totally watch it. Obviously not the real estate aspect, but like the glossy reality TV aspect. So I did one episode like that, and I kind of just thought about doing it the day before. I was meeting up with David, my friend David, David's Dreamland. And I said, like, hey, I was thinking like I don't know exactly what I'll do, but I was thinking that I would like record this like we're in a reality show. And he replied, I wouldn't have it any other way. And then later told me, he was like, yeah, I didn't know what you meant by that, but I was totally willing to go along with it. And he did. The first episode is about me getting an email from Disney Lost and Found about the fate of my water bottle that I lost at the park. And I read it at Flows, and we have like a very like deep like clip-on mics, and I'm just, processing this email, and he's comforting me, and it just kind of went from that. Like each episode is really me hanging out with whoever's there at the time. Although we did plan one episode, the canoe episode, where we all do the canoes together. And it's finding like the most ridiculous real thing, whether it's an email from Disney Lost and Found or the canoes, or me finding out that like my hotel collab was canceled, and like
Yep.
making that like the center of a Disney trip, but also vlogging the rest of the trip through that reality TV lens and then editing it that way. Like I love the sound effects, the music, the it's just been so much fun. And I think I'll probably do more. I don't really have any plans as of like right now, but I feel like that's something that I could bring. It's just like it's a like this sounds so it sounds crazy calling it a lot of work, but like it is. Like I kind of am making a reality show by myself. Um, so it's got to be something where like I'm really excited about it and like really want to do it because it's fun, and it is. It's just about, finding like the right vibe and the right angle. But man, I would love a Disney adult reality show. So I was like, all right, I'll just make it. And thank you so much. I'm so glad that you watched it and that you enjoy it and that you get it. Like it's just
Yeah.
right? Like it's not meant to be taken seriously. Like obviously, like we're fine. Like the drama is fake. I always say it's like
Yeah.
fake drama, real Disneyland.
But it's really cool on the aspect of, and I give you a lot of credit for this, in a social media space in 2026 where everyone is copying one another. I give you a lot of credit to going out there and creating something that in the space no one else is doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, that was like, it just felt so fun to me, And like, that's what I mean. Where like, I think that if you have an idea and it just sounds freaking fun to you and you would do it even if no one paid you, even if no one watched, then that's the thing you should do. And that was that thing for me. So, I'll see if I keep going with it. I feel like I should. And it's just like, this is crazy. I actually got recognized in the park. Like someone said, "Oh, are you Almie?" She's like, "I just watched a reality show. I just subscribed." Oops.
Oh,
Hold on
just
one
went dark.
sec.
There you go. You're back.
Sorry, the phone
Yeah,
was
you're
like,
good.
"Do you want to turn on reactions?" I'm like, "Excuse me, that's very rude. I'm talking about my reality show." But yeah, someone recognized me in the park, and like, I don't have a ton of views on these or a ton of subscribers, but the Disney community, it's like that small that someone saw it and like recognized me and was like, "Oh, and you're David." And it was just so fun. So if I can like bring that to someone who gets it and thinks it's fun and is like, I mean, that's really cool. Like I just thought that was so cool because I love what people are doing in this community. Like
Yeah.
people are doing such creative, fun, unique things, and I'm just so happy that I was able to do something like that too.
Yeah, so me kind of continuing the reality show theme going on here a little bit. I know you talk a lot about pop culture, obviously, and you address a lot of the wonderful dramas that are going on in the world. But bringing that back into Disney, if you were a casting agent and you could place your one of your Disney friends on any reality show, what would be
Ooh,
the perfect marriage in your opinion? Because I know you know a lot of people. We know a lot of the same people, and it could be
right?
who's bringing the drama.
I know, right? I know it's like, where is there more drama, the Disney community or like the Real Housewives community? No, I kid. I mean, gosh, right? There are so many like one of my friends, Dom, actually came to me with the idea of a parody of Traitors at Disneyland.
Okay.
Like Traitors.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that could be so fun. Like, I would love to see. I don't know. Okay, so admittedly, I have not seen Real Housewives of Orange County. I don't know if they ever go to Disneyland, if that's ever a thing. But I would love to see like Lisa Vanderpump at Disneyland. Like David and I could show her around. Like she'd have a
Yeah.
great time. She'd love it. Um, but yeah, I mean, can you imagine like all of us in an actual Disney reality show? Like
Oh, I
that
mean,
would be amazing.
I thought of this about six no about 4 years ago, back when I was live streaming all the time. The live streaming community at Disney should have its own documentary based off of it.
Yeah.
Due to all the stuff that I know that went down, and 21, 22, 23. I've kind of separated myself from it here over the last 3 years, but I'm still aware of some of it. But man, that storyline is insane, and a lot of it's been buried forever, which is probably good. Uh, uh, Probably not forever, but it's not great. I know how many different Disney influencers and theme park influencers there are out there. Throwing a few of those people on a reality show could be really interesting.
I agree. I agree. And watch, that's gonna happen now, and like I will not be part of it. And like I'll have to be okay with that. I'll just have to be like, I get it. They're gonna choose the big influencers. They're gonna choose the people who have an established. I get it. I'm gonna be all Larry David about it. I'll be like, I get it. I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, okay. But I'll probably watch it. Like, get that on Disney
You,
Plus. They would never, but
you,
like, I'll watch.
you'd be in the perfect seat of it. You just get to commentate on it and just make your videos on the side.
Right? Oh my gosh, yes. Talk about synergy. I could be on my YouTube being like, they ripped me off, but let's talk about the last episode.
Yeah.
Like, perfect.
All right. Well, let's put Disney a little bit to a side right now. I know you cover pop culture very closely. And this past weekend, actually past 2 weekends, we had obviously the massive Coachella music festival, which I saw you were pretty glued into, to say the least.
Yeah.
So,
To say the least.
I know we made a kind of a quick jump there from Disney to Coachella, but I gotta ask you, who won, the last 2 weekends in your opinion? We saw a lot of TikTok stars, we saw a lot of old Disney stars up on the stage.
Yeah.
Who, in your opinion, won Coachella?
Oh, for me, Sabrina Carpenter, hands down. Hands down. And look, I am a Sabrina Carpenter fan, but she won me over even harder with what she did. I mean, Sabrina's the ultimate theater kid. She loves Disney. She's on the Muppets. There is no one better to do the extravaganza that she did. I mean, I thought there were so many great performers at Coachella in their own ways. But if you're asking me like who won, I feel like it was like Sabrina Carpenter's festival, and like everyone else was also there. Not to like not to diss Bieber. Bieber impressed me. I thought he was great, but like Sabrina really. I mean, talk about seizing the moment. Like she already has so much momentum. Her career's on fire. She could have done anything at Coachella, and she did like the best possible thing she could do. So I loved it. I loved how she just kind of took it in a whole new place. And yeah, I just, oh, I could go on forever. So I'm just going to stop right now. Sabrina.
Yeah, I agree with you because I mean, I was on social obviously both weekends, and she was the only one that I felt like I saw a lot come out from both weekends.
Yeah.
I felt like we got a lot of Justin Bieber the first weekend, but I didn't really see much the second weekend. Sunday, I saw nothing from Sunday second weekend, so I don't know what happened there. But first weekend Sunday, I saw a little bit here and there, but it seemed like Sabrina Carpenter kind of threw out the whole thing, and maybe TikTok, maybe Instagram just love her. It's possible, but she seemed to have gotten a lot more screen time than anyone else.
Yeah, I right? It just she really knew how to just and she was so smart too, where she had like all of these things at Coachella, like a speakeasy that you had to find. She had the pop-up in the desert. Like she is so good at marketing right now in a way that just makes me respect her. I feel like some artists get out there in the marketing, you're like, oh my God, I get it. But I feel like what she does is like creative and really taps into her brand that it's like I never thought I would call marketing beautiful, but I think her marketing is beautiful.
I also give her a lot of credit as well in a world where there's so many people kind of pretending to be somebody else or being told to like, hey, extravagant this, push this to a limit, or she seems to be her own self throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I know she got a lot of flack, or she got flack for the yodeling comment that she made, in the first weekend. But I saw the whole interaction, and it was like that's just Sabrina Carpenter being Sabrina Carpenter. She literally had
Yeah, I
no
know.
idea. She had no idea what was going on. She was like,
No.
"Well, that's weird." Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. You're right. Like that is the most for better or for worse, right? Like she is Sabrina Carpenter for better or worse. Like she just has this persona that is probably mostly her, but I feel like she puts it on a little bit because she knows that we want that. She's short and sweet and sassy and sarcastic, but she also can back it up with vocals and creativity and I was like so impressed. And I love to be surprised by pop culture and an artist. Like I love when there's that like synergy and you're just like it's exciting. I feel like there's so many exciting things going on right now in entertainment and it's just fun to watch.
Have you ever been to a Coachella or no?
I have not. At an old job, I was invited to go and like I didn't want to.
Okay, fair.
So it just seemed really overwhelming. It just seemed like a lot and I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Can you guys handle this without me?" So I since then I've been like, "Almie, like wow, that was weird." Like but it's still, I mean, I still haven't been back because it is kind of overwhelming. It is kind of a lot. It seems, but like I'm gonna go. And maybe next year. Maybe next year is finally my Coachella year. I do
Okay.
love watching it at home though, especially because I feel like they just get so much better at catering to the audience. Like the camera work and the everything is so good.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like I feel like the Coachella, like the best time to go would have been like the 2010 through like the
Right?
2014 run,
Exactly. Yeah.
because I hate to say it, but this is just me watching on the couch, kind of seeing everything that's going down. I know the influencers are trying to sell something, but and if everyone comes after me for this, sorry, but the influencers are de-influencing this event. And I have to say
Yeah.
that because like watching all the music from home, seeing the little clips on, TikTok and everything like that, way easier. I don't want to spend $80 for food. I saw so many tents blow away and cars
Yeah.
getting hit.
Yeah.
I mean, and then on top of it all, it just seems like a big competition between all these influencers. But here's the funniest thing of it all, and I wonder when brands are going to start realizing this. I have never seen an influencer actually make a video for a brand from the event. I've never seen it.
Yeah, the ones I've seen have been so throwaway that it was just like, oh, and by the way, here's this ice cream I'm promoting. Like it's never, I never think of the brand. I think of the influencer, which is, I guess, why they
Yeah.
hire the influencer. But to your point, yeah, I don't think it ever really helps the brand.
Like I have no clue over the like this year, past years, everything across the board. If someone said to me, Who, what brand was at Coachella right now? You can name anything over the last 5 years. I'd say I have actually Starbucks. Were they there? Like, I actually have no clue what brands were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I mean, what's so funny is, like, I think Starbucks was there. I think they had a tent, but there are
Okay.
so many
Yes.
brands that are so small that send influencers that I guess that they're not doing a good job. Cause like, I don't, that's like what I'm talking about. Like, oh, like, I get why the brands are sending the influencers, but like, I don't know if the brands are getting anything out of it in return,
Yeah.
especially if you can't name any of them and you're on TikTok. Like, that should be a slam dunk.
Yeah. Like I have no clue. But gotta ask you, kind of bridging into next weekend, do you pay attention to Stagecoach or no?
I'm starting to.
Okay.
I'm like one of those people who I'm like, you know what? Like maybe I do like country music. So within the past few years, I've actually started to listen to country music. And I'm like, I kind of dig this. I like
Yeah.
everything. You know what? This is my most controversial statement, and I'm gonna say it. This is a nice, this is for you. This is for all of us right now. I like every kind of music except for barbershop quartet, which is not a big deal unless you're in the Disney community.
Yeah, it's
Because
about
I'm sorry,
to
like
say.
I don't get it. I'm so sorry. Like they're very talented individuals. Not for me. I hear them on Main Street and I'm like, better go the other way. Like it just barbershop quartet sets my teeth on edge. But back to Stagecoach. Yeah, I think I'm interested in Stagecoach. I think that there's actually like a lot of good artists there this year.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's just we are so lucky, I think, that we live in this time. People want to like complain that social media and the internet keeps us apart, but in so many ways it keeps us together. I love that I
Yeah.
can stream any song I want to on Spotify right now. Like I can listen to, I make Coachella playlists. I just think it's so cool. I sound like the biggest corporate jerk right now. I'm like, yay, corporations, yay, capitalism. Um, you know what though? It brings me joy. There's joy. You gotta take joy in life where you can get it.
But yeah, but you're not wrong. I mean, we are living in a very cushy time where it's really, I was thinking about it a couple days ago, and I don't know why it came to my mind, but it goes right with what you're saying. Um, I was thinking back to just 20 years ago. If you lived on the East Coast, I guess earlier, about 25 years ago, you'd get the newspaper and you get the sports section, and you wouldn't know who would win like the Dodgers game the night before because the print had to run out.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, it's wild to think that they would have to print like the New York Times, for example, in like 2000 with the Dodger game saying incomplete.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Wow.
It's weird
Wow.
to think that, that's just 25 years ago. And it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen in the next 25 years. But we live in such a digital age where, right now, if I wanted to order McDonald's, I could do it. If I wanted to pull up any song in the universe, I could do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then, I'll say this because we're living in a really, really good spot in the Southwest. We can go to literally one of the most popular locations, Disneyland, and unfortunately, we have to book a reservation. So new obstacles. But
Don't even start it. But yeah. But no, yeah, I see your point. It is. It's a pretty cool world that we live in. There's a lot to complain about, but there's also a lot to be grateful for. And that's what
yeah,
I'm trying to focus on now.
yeah. So, well, hopefully YouTube goes more into our favor, and we can. I like people. I like it when people are truly themselves, and I think the audience does too.
Yeah.
And I want to see more of that, not only in social media but in the Disney area too, because I want to do a little investigation to work through these videos and see who's real and who's not.
That's a reality show right there. Disney investigations. I
Yeah,
love it.
let's see
Who's
who's
real and
actually
who's
good.
not?
Yeah,
I that could
because I mean, I'm just speaking for myself. I'm sure you feel the same way, and you've had your own experiences. I'm sure you've run into people that you've been like, "Wait a second, this is not connecting."
I mean, I've been blessed that for the most part that hasn't been a problem, but I think the biggest I think, okay, to take what you're saying, the biggest thing about people not being real to me is, and I think people are starting to stop doing this, which is good, but I think too many people filter their faces on Facetune or are doing Photoshop or something on their faces. I have met people in person where I'm like it took me a second to realize, oh, that's this person that I follow online.
Yeah,
They don't look like themselves. And I'm like, were you never planning on meeting anyone ever?
yeah,
Like, I don't get, like, you got to look like yourself. So that's part of, being who you are and owning that. And that's scary. Like, I'm doing that now. And every day I'm like, oh my God, I feel like the most cringe person on the planet. But cringe is the price you pay for being authentic. And I would rather people hate me for who I am than love me for who I'm not. So, yeah, it's dude, social media, right? Like
yeah, yep,
like
yeah.
at
Well,
the end of the day, it's just like it's a crazy thing, but grateful for the real ones, grateful to have met you, and just grateful to see what else is out there. Because I think what you're doing on YouTube is really cool. You are showing up 5 days a week, and
yep,
you're showing up with your thoughts. You're not hiding behind anything. You're not hiding behind Disneyland. That's how you grow. That's how you find a real audience, I think. Not that like your audience because of Disney isn't real, but
yep,
showing this side of yourself. Um, I think that that's really cool. And that's what I'm trying to do too. And I feel like YouTube is actually on a good path again. I'm really
yep,
excited about where it's going and I hope to like make more unhinged videos. I feel like in the beginning you got to sort of stay in a certain lane, um, but then as you go along, maybe you can experiment a little bit more. I think you're even already starting to do that. Like I noticed that when you talk about like you vary, um,
very,
and
yeah,
yeah, to say
yeah,
the least. So I think that's really cool. I think anyone who like just, I mean, I really feel like half or not, if not more than half the battle is honestly just showing up, right? Like just being consistent. I mean, what do you think?
I 100% agree. Consistency is like the biggest thing, and like, there's one thing that I'll say that I know kind of trigger people a little bit, but if you're trying to start in this space, if you're trying to become a content creator, well, the first step is just starting and just getting out there.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. But if you really want, keep it as a hobby. That's great. That's fantastic. That's what social media was built to be: social, hanging out with friends, meeting stuff, and everything like that. Obviously things changed over the last 20 years, and now it's something that it can be seen as more of a job, more of a marketing thing. If you go into that avenue, you got to realize that this is like making a major league baseball team, an NFL team. The amount of people that make it are very low. It's a very hard percentage. And it sucks what I'm about to say. If you think you're working hard, you got to work harder.
Yeah.
If you think you've put out enough, you got to put out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the tricky thing with that is then it's also the quality. You
Yeah.
can't put out crap. You got to put out good stuff, and you got to be consistent. But showing up is a big part of the battle, because there's a lot of people that will create one or two videos and they'll be like, "All right, I'm good. I did enough." Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, I think it's a little insane when I saw a video. Might have been today, of some girl that was promoting like her Snapchat or something like that, and how she's like monetizing. And she said, "Oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing this," and then she revealed how many Snapchats she's sending out a day, and I was like, "All right, that's just not worth it." She sends
Yeah.
out 113 Snapchats a day.
That's a job. And like, and it's not, is it paying her? Like, how could that be paying off?
I don't know, but I did that in my head. I'm like, how are you producing that much content that is any good at all? Like
Yeah.
113 that's way
Yeah.
too much. Like,
That is a
you know,
lot.
you
Wow.
get to a situation with that where it's like, okay, now you're just kicking out too much. But you do want to, like, I'll give someone their flower. I'll give two people their flowers, and I've done this before with both these people on this channel. I mean, Megan, the magical millennial. I've been following her, and I know her personally. I've been following her for 6 years. There's a reason why she's where she is right now. It's not
Mm-hmm.
because she
Mm-hmm.
made one video. It's not because she's been working her ass off for 6 years, and she's been
Yeah.
kicking out videos, kicking out content, being very good with her community, messaging people, sending emails out constantly, and this has been a 6 year thing. So she's gotten to where she's at right now due to that, and on top of it, obviously being very good at content.
Yeah.
She's good at what she does. She knows her piece, and then on top of it, she falls into her fashion and everything like
Yeah.
that. And then the other one I'll give you, she's a little bit newer to the game, a little bit, is Jeremy Jerendale. Another
Oh,
one
yeah.
that
Yeah.
has worked his ass off over the last 4 years, because I think he started about late 23, I believe it was. And I've been lucky enough to know him too and talk to him good amount of time as well. And he's the same boat. Works and kicks videos out and sends emails, and really really works hard to not only create a great product. Both those people are very much authentically themselves,
Yeah. Yeah.
which very much helps. They're not playing a character at all, um, but they're very much under the mindset of being consistent, knowing their audience, really being true to, hey, in both their cases, we play tennis, but we also love theme parks. Um, and I give them a lot of credit of like they're a very good standard in this theme park community of
Yeah.
two people that they could have easily been like, all right, we're cool here, but they went to here.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, like they're so good at what they do and they're so consistent. And like people forget that like they started from somewhere. Like they weren't
Yeah,
always like this. Like they worked hard,
yeah,
nonstop. And they juggled a lot of stuff to do that. And I mean, people look at where they are now and they don't see where they started.
no,
So yeah, it's about, and it's like it's just, it's figuring it all out, and it's really, really tricky to put it out consistently and like you were saying, keep that quality there. Um, So, yeah, I mean, that's the battle, but I think if you can at least start with just the consistency, then at least you're showing up.
Yeah,
And then you can try and make it better and you can try and do more and you should. But yeah, you got to show up.
yeah, it's the biggest thing. So
Yeah.
be yourself. So before I let you, before we sign off here, because we're closing in on 45 minutes,
Oh,
dang.
wow. That's
Uh,
pretty bad.
I got to ask you one question that I wrote down earlier,
Please.
and this might be more of a Johnny Metro question, but I'm asking you because you brought them up a little bit earlier. How do you feel about the current state of the Muppets?
Um,
Because I know you
I
brought
just
them
say,
up. I
yeah,
saw.
I
I wrote
did.
down Muppets, and I don't remember how it came up, but you wrote down Muppets. I wrote it down because you brought it up somewhere. So,
I did.
but I had to
It's
ask you,
Sabrina
how do you
Carpenter.
feel about it?
Sorry,
Oh, that's right.
my
Yeah.
cat is making noise. Hopefully you can't hear her. If you do,
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
you're good.
So the Muppets, I think, okay, I gotta be honest, I don't know if I don't I want the best for the Muppets. I'm a little skeptical.
Yeah.
The roller coaster overlay in Orlando, I don't know that I fully get that. I don't understand why there are celebrity cameos. Like, we already have the Muppets. Why do we need these little? I'm sorry, I don't care if John Stamos is like, here's the ride. Like, I don't like, just let the Muppets have their spot. Why does no one want to let the Muppets shine on their own? Like, like just let the Muppets be Muppets. So I don't know, but at least they're still out there.
They're still out there. I'm a little bit worried. I was like, the beginning of 2026, I was like, all right, this is going to be the year the Muppets take over. And now we're sitting here in April, and we got one episode with Sabrina
Yeah,
Carpenter and then nothing
yeah,
else. And I was like, okay, that
yeah,
was weird. And then now I'm hearing the ride like opens in like weeks.
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
so the ride's like this is a smaller turnover than the Incredicoaster.
Yeah, yeah. I know, I know. I just, I'm glad they're still there. They're
There's
still
that.
there.
There's that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see by the end of the year if we feel better or worse about this discussion.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess time will tell, and at least for Johnny Metro, he doesn't have to start making Where the Muppet videos quite yet. So,
Yeah. Yeah, he can hold off on those, Johnny.
yeah,
Stay
someone
tuned.
someone needs to send him to Orlando during
Yeah.
that opening week.
Oh,
So
yeah. He has
someone
to
needs,
be there.
yeah,
Yeah.
has to. So, but all right, well, I think we should wrap up. I think we should stop before we hit an hour. So, if
That's
you're
great.
still,
Love that. That's
yeah,
always a good idea.
yeah, if anyone's still watching, thank you. I appreciate it. This is great for the channel.
If you're still watching, comment a thumbs up and a heart.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Come on
A
anytime.
delight. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime
Anytime.
you want to talk Disney, and I will start auditioning to be in your reality TV show
Oh, you're
the next
in.
time.
You're in. You
Yeah,
got it. You're in.
we got to figure out something for me,
Yeah.
um, because yes, you are the number one Disney reality TV show out there right now. So.
It's a technicality and I'll take it. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I will be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much.